The Sahara Desert, a vast, golden expanse, harsh and seemingly lifeless. Yet, in autumn 2023, this ancient landscape witnessed a remarkable event: the return of the African spurred tortoise, Tortoise sulcata. Once pushed to the brink by human activity and climate change, these gentle giants were missing from their ancestral home for decades. On this day, conservationists released hundreds of tortoises onto the dunes, each one a symbol of hope. Some hesitated, others marched forward, their sturdy legs carrying them into a world both new and ancient. The silence of the desert was broken by the soft scuffling of shells and the quiet encouragement of those who brought them here. This was more than a release, it was an experiment, a question posed to the desert. Could these tortoises, raised in captivity, survive and thrive here once more? The sun climbed higher, casting long shadows behind the slow-moving pioneers. No one knew what the future would hold. The Sahara itself would decide the fate of this bold plan. The world watched as hope marched quietly into the sands of time. The tortoises, once ghosts in their own land, were coming home. Each step they took was a step toward renewal. The desert, so often seen as empty, was about to reveal its hidden resilience. This was the beginning of a new chapter for both tortoise and terrain. The stakes were high, but so was the optimism. In the heart of the Sahara, a slow march had begun. The mission to return the tortoises was urgent. Populations had plummeted, their habitat shrinking, and illegal trade rampant. Without intervention, extinction loomed. The Sahel Tortoise Initiative united conservationists and local governments to re-establish a self-sustaining population in a protected reserve. Most tortoises released were rescued from trafficking or bred in conservation centers. But why tortoises? They're ecosystem engineers. Grazing keeps fast-growing plants in check, and their digging aerates the soil, improving moisture retention. By restoring tortoises, the team hoped to revive the entire desert ecosystem. Reintroduction is risky, but the potential rewards were too great to ignore. The tortoises were the missing piece in a complex puzzle. If they thrived, they'd become agents of change, slowly repairing the desert's delicate fabric. This plan was rooted in science, but powered by faith in nature's resilience. The tortoise's return was more than a rescue. It was a chance to heal a wounded land. The team believed in giving nature a helping hand. The desert's future now rested on the backs of these ancient gardeners. Hope, once fragile, was taking root. The first weeks were critical. The tortoises faced the Sahara's full force for the first time. Heat, thirst, and predators threatened their survival. Scientists provided initial support: water dishes, shade shelters, and solar-powered trackers to monitor their progress. Some young tortoises didn't survive, but most quickly adapted. They began digging burrows, climate-controlled havens that shielded them from extreme temperatures. The tortoises emerged in cooler hours to forage on desert grasses and acacia leaves. Their instincts resurfaced, and the landscape soon dotted with new burrows. The desert is unforgiving, but resilience runs deep. The tortoises learned the rhythms of the land, rediscovering ancient knowledge. Each burrow was a testament to survival. The scientists watched as the tortoises transformed from captives to true desert dwellers. The struggle was real, but so was their determination. Against the odds, the tortoises were finding their place. The experiment was working. Life was returning to the sands. The slow march continued, stronger with every step. 2 years in, the project shifted from survival to establishment. Scientists and local Berber guides tracked the tortoises, finding most adults thriving, healthy, well-fed, and growing. The tortoises grazing created open patches, letting sunlight reach the soil and encouraging native plants to sprout. Wildflowers and medicinal herbs, once rare, began to reappear. The desert was becoming more diverse and colorful. Local Berber elders recognized the changes, recalling a richer landscape from their youth. They called the tortoises the old gardeners, their presence reviving memories and ecosystems alike. Traditional knowledge helped scientists understand the full impact of the reintroduction. The ultimate sign of success came with the discovery of wild-born hatchlings, the first in decades. The tortoises weren't just surviving, they were thriving and reproducing. A new generation was beginning its life in the Sahara. The gamble was paying off. The desert, once silent, was alive with possibility. The tortoises had become catalysts for renewal. The slow march was now a legacy, By autumn 2025, the tortoise's impact was undeniable. Satellite images showed a dramatic increase in vegetation where tortoises roamed. The desert was literally becoming greener. The secret? Seed dispersal. Tortoises ate fruits and seed pods, spreading seeds across the reserve in their droppings, complete with natural fertilizer. This created fertility islands, clusters of new plants that attracted insects, lizards, and rodents. The effect cascaded through the food web, boosting biodiversity. Most restoration projects take decades. The tortoises transformed their environment in just 2 years. Their burrows also helped retain water, funneling rain deep into the soil and sustaining new plant life. The tortoises were gardeners and water engineers, building a more resilient ecosystem. The desert was not just blooming, it was coming alive. Each burrow, each seed, was a step toward a greener future. The power of a keystone species was on full display. The Sahara was changing, one slow step at a time. The tortoise's return sent ripples through the ecosystem. New vegetation fed hares, gazelles, and fennec foxes, captured on camera traps. The burrows became shared shelters for lizards, snakes, mice, and even owls. Underground apartment complexes in the sand. Predators like desert eagles rebounded, hunting the now abundant small animals. The food web was strengthening from the ground up. Wildflowers attracted pollinators, bees and butterflies, speeding up the greening process. Insects fed birds and lizards, weaving new threads into the web of life. Every part of the ecosystem was revitalized. The desert was becoming more complex and resilient. The ancient gardeners had restored balance. The Sahara's web of life was being rewoven, thread by thread. The tortoise's slow march had triggered a cascade of renewal. The desert was alive with connection once more. The Tortoise Project's success was as much about people as it was about wildlife. The Sahel Tortoise Initiative partnered with local Berber communities, making them stewards of the land. Locals became rangers and trackers, their knowledge vital to the project's success. The tortoises, once targets for illegal trade, became a source of pride and sustainable income. Jobs in conservation and ecotourism flourished. Artisans crafted tortoise-themed souvenirs. Education programs taught children about the tortoise's importance, inspiring a new generation of guardians of the shells. Grassroots involvement ensured the project's future. The blooming desert became a symbol of hope. It proved that even the harshest landscapes can heal when people and nature work together. Conservation is about restoring connections between species, ecosystems, and communities. The Sahara's transformation showed what's possible when hope and action unite. The slow march of the tortoise had become a movement. In the heart of the desert, life and hope had returned.